management and like all those things, till the time we are not understanding the child, we are not empathizing with the child, we don't know where the child is coming from. So I was coming to that, I started picking up some adult behavior, which I noticed. So your eyes, because the ones who just joined now, I'll just give you a briefing about what we discussed, or maybe someone who can just come and tell them about it in just 2 minutes. You
emotional items also. Rather than focusing on academics, we have to listen to them, that why they are sad today, or why the behavior. We have to see the behavior also. If the student is interrupting or he is behaving improperly, so we have to look after him or her. So what's the reason behind this? So rather than focusing on academics, we should also focus on the emotional EQ.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gist. And I just made them wonder about one special teacher which they think was a favorite teacher of theirs, and what was one thing that you liked about her or him. So they gave me all these that teacher was helpful, polite, understanding. Two of my friends, then I called my friends and I asked them what is the spelling of one, and they said O-N-E. The teacher told O-N-E is one. So now when I reflect that I was listening to my teachers more despite my mother being the teacher, the impact she had, that I didn't want to be wrong. My teacher should have told like something else as a spelling. My mother is not telling the right thing. So they will learn, they will respect you more when you just pass on a smile, go on to their level. That is it, what they need. Because we don't remember actually after growing up what we were studying in each class, right? So then the sad part is that in India, almost 40% of the students are in depression. What is the reason? The first reason is academic pressure. Nobody is there to understand them. They can't communicate. Parents just show them away that no, you are just overreacting. There are so many videos coming on YouTube, Instagram that the child is saying openly, like 4 or 5 year old child, I can't breathe. I can't, when I'm doing this work, the child is sulking and crying, and parent is making fun. Oh, when you are playing, you don't feel this. When you are working, you are feeling this. That is anxiety attack, panic attack. So we have to go, it's our responsibility. If you are really in this profession to impact the children's life, then you have to go to the basic. Because if it is helping their students right now, it will help your own children. You will be better mothers. So all it needs is just reflection, consciousness. There are days that I am not saying that you should not do this. There are some days when you are a little overwhelmed and you don't feel good, and maybe you become snappy sometimes when you are not in a good mood and your children are making a mess or chaotic. There are some times when we feel so overwhelmed, right? But maybe you do something wrong. Next day, try to be better. I'm not asking for perfection on first day. It's just the reflection part that today I shouted at my class. Maybe one of the small child got scared, right? Maybe that shouting stopped one child. Actually observe what is happening. Don't do anything, just observe what are the flaws. What were the flaws in my own education system? Did you feel happy going to school every single day? Now think about the teacher which you hated. There must be one teacher. Yes or no? That teacher must be an old one, very, very experienced also. There must be one teacher which you hated in that time. You dreaded going to that class. You did not look forward to teach. You must be praying that this teacher meet with an accident. I did that. This teacher must meet with an accident. The teacher shouldn't come to the school. Maybe she is absent today. Because that is how she made you or he made you feel. That what was the best quality of their favorite teacher. Okay, why they like that teacher. So all these things and reasons they gave me. Okay, because there must be just 1 or 2 teachers the entire life, right? Now my question to you is, which one teacher you did not like going to that class, like you did not like going to that teacher's class? What was the thing which was stopping you? Okay, all right, so one-sided teaching, all right, only adult-led instruction, no interaction, and not even acknowledging the children's efforts and also their opinions, all right. Rude behavior, like humiliating the child, all right, and okay, punishing in the sense of physical and even some like mental punishment also. Even the words hurt, we can't deny that. Yes, one teacher whom you did not like at all. What was that thing which you did not like? No, not you, your teacher. Any teacher which you did not like. There was no teacher like that, so you are so blessed. Alright, so we were coming to that. Now, I just told this line that the happy children will be the best learners also. You pass on your energy when you are having a good vibe, positive attitude, just a smile on your face, your children will listen to you better, in a better way. And if you are stressed out about something, there are some bad days, on those days your class will be the most chaotic class. Okay, so maybe you have felt this also. When you are stressed with some work, admin work, or maybe deadlines, then that happens, right? So little planning ahead will do little better for you and your children. And also maybe you can just, after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, instead of spoiling the entire day, just sit back after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and once the children leave. So, and then I talked about the multiple intelligence theory by Gardner. Like every child, like everybody over here is different. We have different skills and capacities and intelligences. We are all not good in all the things, right? So if we just collaborate and use those different types of skills our class children have, it will be a better class, yes or no? If one of the child is good in linguistics, one is good in interpersonal one is good in spatial understanding, visualizing, making charts and making the presentation and everything, one is good in kinesthetic movement. So each child is not learning at the same speed and technique and in the same way, right? But sadly, we just assess them on one criteria, their marks. The child who is, okay, I'll give you an example. During my college years, the campus placement used to happen, okay? All the 10 toppers of the class, they did not get any campus placement because they were just mugging up, they were getting good marks, university toppers, college toppers, but nobody was ready to hire them. But the ones, some of my friends, some of the other children who were having even backs, they did not even clear their exams, they got campus placed because their skills were good for that profession and we were just judging them from the writing ability. So you can't judge a fish by the ability to climb a tree. It's a very famous proverb, maybe you have heard or not, but it's a very famous one. So we have to respect each child, their opinions, and just make them enter the class with a smile. It will make all the difference. Because in the morning, as I told them, in the morning they are coming from different mindsets, different anxiousness and running around. The children are coming like they are just pushed away from their houses. You are getting late, rickshaw is waiting, this is waiting, and eat your breakfast. Teachers finishing off their work, coming to school, sending their children. We are not in a calm state in the morning, right? So just relax yourself, relax your class. Just have maybe 2 minutes. Maybe one child is learning when he is just moving his table or like a foot or a pen or maybe his tickling. If it's not disturbing your class, don't stop the child. Why? Maybe that child is a kinesthetic learner. I have ADHD. If you know, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I can't sit for a long time. Every time I was told by my teacher, go inside your class, don't stand. Once the class was over, I needed to stand up. I couldn't sit for a long time. When I'm giving 3-hour exam, my legs are moving because I can't, right? But it doesn't mean that I am a bad learner or I don't want to learn. So all these little intricacies, little more understanding of the child. As a school, you can have some culture that every month we are going to do, just focus on this value for our children, because if you don't teach the values, nobody and as I told them that every session, every batch, you are dealing with 25-30 children. If you are just teaching for 10 years, 300 children, a parent can't deal with 300 children, just 1, 2 or 3, they don't have experience. But you have that experience of dealing with the children, and that will help you in raising your own children also. Even if you do the teaching, I'm not doing teaching work now. I left that job after 12 years. And I took out my son also from the school. Why? Because somewhere down the line, I did not want him to be in this grind.
A lot to understanding of the child education system and all in abroad as well as in India. And the same way, this is very good. One of the best lecture I have ever attended regarding the child education, and we invited her in the future also whenever she visits India, Delhi, so she can come to Rampur and she can nurture our team with her best wishes and experience. Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming. Thank you.